Imagine a world where demonic possessions are no longer rare. Hospitals are full, churches are overwhelmed, and the Vatican is forced to reopen special schools to train exorcists. But inside one of these schools, there is a problem. Only priests are allowed to perform exorcisms. Sister Anne is not a priest. She is a nun, and still, the demon seems to be waiting for her. Pray for the Devil takes us into a Catholic training center where priests study possession like a dangerous disease. They watch patients, they study rituals, they learn how demons attack the mind before they attack the body. Sister Anne works in this place as a caregiver. She's not officially allowed to fight demons, but she has spent her whole life around darkness. Her mother suffered from violent possession-like episodes when Anne was young. Because of that, Anne believes evil is not just something from books. For her, it is personal. Most people in the school see rules. Anne sees suffering. When she looks at possessed patients, she does not only see monsters, she sees people trapped inside their own bodies. Father Quinn notices this. He understands that Anne has something most students do not have. Not power, not ego, compassion. And in this movie, that becomes dangerous, because the demon does not attack the strongest person first. It attacks the person carrying the deepest wound. And a young girl named Natalie is brought into the school. At first, she looks scared and helpless, but soon, everyone realizes this is not a normal case. The entity inside her is violent, intelligent, and extremely personal. It knows things it should not know. It reacts when Anne comes close. And slowly, Anne begins to understand that this demon is not only interested in the child, it is interested in her. Natalie becomes the center of the movie's horror because every scene around her feels like a warning. Something is inside that little girl, and it is using her to pull Anne deeper into the fight. As the exorcisms become more intense, the demon starts using Anne's memories against her. It reminds her of her mother. It reminds her of guilt. It reminds her of the things she tried to bury. This is where the movie becomes more than a simple possession story. The demon is not just throwing bodies around. It is studying Anne. It is testing her weakness. It wants her to break before the ritual even begins. And that is what makes Sister Anne different from the priests. They are fighting a case. She is fighting her past. The church has rules. Anne is not supposed to perform an exorcism. But when Natalie's condition gets worse, rules no longer feel important. Anne steps closer to the demon because she believes the child can still be saved. But every time she gets closer, the demon reveals another piece of the truth. It connects Natalie's suffering to Anne's own buried pain. And suddenly, the battle is not only about saving a girl. It is about whether Anne can face the one thing she has been running from her entire life. The strongest idea in Pray for the Devil is this. Evil does not always enter through doors. Sometimes it enters through guilt. Anne's trauma becomes the demon's weapon. Her compassion becomes both her strength and her weakness. And Natalie becomes the mirror that forces Anne to look at herself. Horror scenes may feel familiar if you have watched many exorcism movies, but the emotional angle gives the story its hook. This is not just a nun fighting a demon. This is a woman fighting the voice that says she was never strong enough to save anyone. By the end, Anne confronts the demon and survives the battle. But the movie does not make evil feel completely finished. It leaves the feeling that this darkness may return. Pray for the Devil is not the most original exorcism movie ever made. It uses many familiar horror elements. Dark rooms, possessed children, creepy voices, religious rituals, but its main idea is strong. A nun entering a world where only priests are allowed to fight demons. And for a fast horror story, that idea works. If you like possession movies, forbidden rituals, and emotional horror with a religious mystery, this one is worth watching once. And now tell me, if a demon knew your deepest guilt, would you still be brave enough to face it? Subscribe to Drama Dub House for more fast movie stories, horror recaps, and ending explained videos.